and welcome to a new Tech Talk edition. My name is Miriam Rickli, and today we're talking about a very specific solution from the aerospace industry. Today, my Tech Talk guest joining us now from Bielefeld. He is a sales manager, and I'm really looking forward. Heiko Quack, welcome in the Tech Talk.
Hi Miriam.
Hello, Heiko. How are you doing?
Good, I'm doing very well. How are you?
Heiko, I'm good. I'm very excited. Within the next 5 minutes, we're talking about the solutions for landing gears. So I'm really curious, how does this become such a big market for Starrag?
You know, landing gear cylinders often have integrated legs to connect to the actuators and braces, so they cannot really be produced on a turning lathe. So we are always faced with a complex shape that needs to be milled all over coming from forging. So this requires us to have a very high productive milling machine while maintaining the highest quality.
I'm curious, what type of machine do you use?
The most solutions come from our Tropenrhein range of machines. Those are our high rail gantries, FOGS, or our so-called TF table moving machines that we use for preheat machining, so from the forging until the heat treatment process. Smaller landing gears we can machine on our Starrag STC 5-axis machines, such as required for drones. And then when we come to the afterheat processes for boring very high accurate holes, for the bearing seats, we use our Heckert machining line.
So Heiko, tell us, are these just milling machines or can they turn?
Miriam, well, most of our machines can turn. Here we are focused on the roughing and the finishing of the complex shape components, as well as the accuracy boring of the holes after heat treatment. An interesting alternative solution for the features where turning is required can be the mill turn function that we can use on our machines using the NC trunnion tables that we use to hold the components.
2 questions. So tell us, what material do you use for that, and are these components easy to work with?
The materials used is usually low alloy steel and titanium alloys, depending on which aircraft these landing gears go into. From forging to finished part, we reduce the mass of the components up to 80%. That means a lot of roughing is needed, and then we do all the machining using ball nose cutters. So here we can use the experience and the know-how that we have gained in the mold and die industry.
So regarding to the cutting performance, what spindle do you offer?
Well, the great thing, Miriam, about our Tropenrhein machines is that we can exchange the milling heads under the ram. Into the milling heads, we can exchange different types of spindles. And into the spindles, obviously, we can exchange all kinds of tooling. So that means we can drive large, heavy tools for the roughing operations with high power and torque. But at the same time, we can also drive the high-speed tools for the finishing process in motorized spindles. So this gives the optimized process for all the operations to the customer.
A very important question as well. How are you positioned in the global market for these solutions? Tell us.
Well, Miriam, I believe we are positioned very well. Most of the global players in the world are using Starrag machines and solutions, and most of them have bought multiple machines from us.
Heiko, one more time, can you summarize the benefits for the customer?
I sure can, Miriam. Lowest cost per part, as always, and very important, lowest ongoing consumable and tooling cost. Single setup machining is possible, sometimes even with multiple spindles. Decades of know-how and experience that we have in the landing gear industry and that we can share with our customers. Best-in-class reliability and therefore availability. Plus 24/7 service spare part centers and fixed cost service contracts with up to 95% uptime guarantee.
Heiko, it was such a pleasure to talk with you, and you have shown us a perfect example of Starrag's philosophy, engineering precisely what you value. So to the audience, thank you so much for watching. Like it, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and we hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.